And now we'll see Asa Thomas with the serve. The response by Wolverines, immediately blocked back. The kill for Demetrician. And Jacobs. We're going to watch that tall toss. Look at that, out of the camera frame. And Audrey Small just couldn't get control of it. Point goes to Michigan.
A lot of experience with the U.S. national team as well, and looking to build this Wolverine into a Big Ten contender.
Serve from Jacobs. Great dig by number 4, Keegan Fair. And a little tap. See the antenna wiggling. Greskovich with the serve. High dig. Goes right back. Blocked by the Wolverines.
As we see Kira Moore, the second libero for the Eagles with the serve.
Her serve hits the net. Jenna Haynes responds to it though. Slam down by Ella.
Hosted, yes, Michigan State Spartans earlier this season, losing 3-0, but they're getting some experience against this Big Ten play early on.
Anderson with the good slam, but Burke had the recovery.
Not there for the Eagles.
Demetrician with the serve. And those tricks, like you were talking about, the
Reception by Fair, though. You want to get under the ball to give your setter time to find the ball, like that.
Thomas set up for Anderson with the attack, and Cuchran makes contact, but doesn't have enough control with it. Has the serve.
Eagles gaining momentum from hitting from the center of the court.
And just the slam by Serena Nyambio to finish off this first set. Serve from Burke against the net, and Screaming Eagles start.
Which meant there was only one blocker in play, and that blocker did not get enough of a hand on the ball.
Served by the Screaming Eagles. Cuchran with control to Burke. Jacobs with the attack. Point for the Wolverines there. What a slam.
Cuchran, Burke, Jacobs on that attack. Only had 3 sets coming into the game as well. Her and Troutman, this is just their 5th sets on the season.
Troutman to Murphy. And they've been really relying on those change-ups, not expecting a slam anymore from the Screaming Eagles. The serve, White. Demetrician just hits it over. Great dive out by Kieran Fair.
A double whammy into that gentleman in the front row seat.
Fair, Troutman. Willis just a tap. Burke, great grab. Cuchran up to Jacobs, who slams it down for the kill.
It can be credited to Minor for an error, but Troutman's set was really too far behind her, which meant she couldn't get in front of the ball.
Troutman, Minor, little tap, Cuchran. Burke, Nyambio, back and forth over the net. Small, Willis, Burke, Nyambio with a little tap. Troutman just hits it over. Cuchran to Burke for Lydia Johnson, and that one is tipped by the Screaming Eagles, and the Wolverines get the point.
And attack her with the attempt.
Fair now with the serve. Cuchran to White, and that's hit down. Wolverines get the point.
Enough to give her setters a chance to run under it, and it's happened a few times. We see set point.
Fair, Thomas, Willis with the attack. Contact made by the Wolverines. Burke to Jamis. And Wolverines get the 25th point.
Wolverines up 2-0 early on. Flawless execution.
With the serve. Off Cochran's head.
Couldn't.
Fair. Cuchran has good control there. Now Demetrician, Thomas. Willis just taps it over. Dives out.
Pancake.
Wow. Moonen over Cuchran. And that's Bamis out of bounds. Wow, a lot of back and forth. Great.
5-10. Missed a lot of lines by a couple inches, and that's why the score is the way it is.
Thomas, Cuchran, White. Bamis with a slam down. Thomas can't have any control with that. Wolverines get their 6th point. Burke heads in. Gordon to the bench. White to the bench. Lydia Johnson heads in. Small.
Forcing Michigan to beat them, and they've been unable to.
Ellie White hits up for Demetrician. She
leads Demetrician to have an easy kill that the Eagles were unable to return.
Burke with the serve. Anderson hits it after the setup from Thomas. Lydia Johnson. And that great block by Coleman.
Set point.
Fair. Demonstration, Burke. Demonstration. Contact made at the net. Thomas to Bianca Anderson. Jacobs. Lydia Johnson with the kill. Demonstration, fair. Thomas, Bianca Anderson. Demonstration, great control. Jacobs hits that off the head of Moonen, Bamis hits that up. Lydia Johnson keeps it alive. Blocked by Jacobs at the net. Willis, block. They dive out, and the Screaming Eagles claim the third set.
They live to see another set. The Eagles, seemingly out of nowhere after being overmatched in their first two sets, come back with authority and a vengeance in set.
Start this fourth set. Small. Anderson tries to hit that up. Burke. The attack by Jacobs. And that one is difficult to control. Wolverines get their first point.
This set.
Nyambio comes in for Haynes for the Wolverines. Troutman to Willis, that's tipped. Burke, Cuchran, Jacobs hits that over, and that one, another point for the Wolverines.
And pushing it right back where it came from.
Cuchran with the serve. Small, Troutman, Willis, that one.
But stepping up without much playing time earlier in the season.
Nyambio with the serve. Small gets that, White. Haynes with a good shot. Small, Jacobs, White, Haynes with the hit and the kill.
That's hard to return for the Eagles.
Nyambio with the serve. Willis a little off her feet, but gets that. Coleman hits that, tipped by Gordon. White, up to Gordon, hits that again. Thomas makes contact. Willis keeps it alive. Moonen sends it over the Wolverines area. Haynes with the kill. With the serve. Jacobs takes the contact at first set of Cuchran. Haynes hits that up. Bianca Anderson keeps it alive. White up to Jacobs for the kill.
Reception. She wants to get under the ball and set up Thomas for the set like that. She has not been able to do that in the past.
Anderson sub out. Jacobs hits that over, and that one lands for the kill. And Johnson, the serve. Good recovery by Fair, and the slam and kill by Jacobs for the set and for the match. That's our final score, 25 points to 14 in this game, and a 3-1 set victory for the Wolverines.